Hello, welcome back to Crafters TV. My name's Joe Remblance. It's a pleasure to have your company. What a couple of hours we have got lined up for you this afternoon. Maybe it's the morning, depending on where you are. Not just about what's coming up in this show, but what is coming up all week here on Crafters TV. It is a very, very exciting week. Should we dive in and have a look? Let's dive in and have a look at the Crafters calendar. So let's give you a heads up on all the wonderful things that are coming your way. So on Monday, that's where we are today, right here, right now, with Monday Makers. Tomorrow, Soft Side of Life will be here. Myself and Sarah will be here at 11 AM in the UK, 6 AM if you're on the East Coast, looking at all things soft craft. And then tomorrow night, one of your favourite shows, I'm going to say it, you know, maybe even your favourite show of the week, the launch party, will be here at 4 PM if you're in the UK, or 11 AM if you're on the East Coast. Now, Wednesday, there'll be a masterclass, darling, in the morning, and that will be with, I think it's some stamp. Is it some stamping? I think we're doing.
It's some colour blend pencils.
Oh, so that's Wednesday, 11 AM. Creative Cravings will be here on Wednesday evening for you. Double Cartload coming your way on Thursday with myself and Sarah. Friday, Colour Me Happy will be here with myself and Leanne, I do believe. But also on Friday, if you're in the US, there will be a HSM preview. So a great chance to preview all of the amazing products that will be coming out next week on HSM for our US viewers. And then the best of will be here at 11 AM on Saturday with just me, but with a whole host of crafty friends that I've been with all the way through the week. Now, I'm not alone. You heard dulcet tones just a moment ago. Lovely Leanne is here. How are you, Leanne? Did you have a good weekend?
I had a fabulous weekend, Joe. How about yourself?
Yeah, it was great. Just a lot of bookkeeping, so pretty dull, really. A lot of food, though. A lot of good roast potatoes.
Yeah, I'm eating my way through the lockdown, Joe, because I'm baking as well. And I'm starting to run out of flour, and I'm getting a little bit nervous about the fact that I'm running out of flour. So I've started bribing family. What can I swap you for flour? And drop it on the end of me drive off. It's like doing a drive-by, fling the flour on the drive. Like a flower bomb, walking and then running away and leaving it, and I go and run down the drive and I cut myself in the bottom of the drive. So yeah, I've been doing some baking, Joe. That's what I've been doing.
Oh, sounds delicious. And now, what have you got there? There's a lot of great stuff coming up in the show today, isn't there? What can we get excited about?
So these are my two top picks for the show. These are the things that I love the most. We have got these cute character front and back stamps. You might have seen them this morning with our Sarah. Look at the little bunny hanging upside down here because you can cut them anywhere. I love that. And this is Somebody Loves You. Look here, this I Can't Bear to Be Without You. You've got the little bear there. And when you open it up, look, you've got his little bum inside, peeking down and peeking over, so you can do them front and back. I really adore these. I'm going to show you how to use these. And you can see there are lots of different ways to use them. And then my particular favourite for this show, Joe, is our Gatefold words, which are amazing. And so you're going to be able to make gatefolds like this, which when they open up, spell the word for you. We've got a couple of different options, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to be able to get that effect yourself.
Absolutely beautiful. Loads coming up in the show. Should we dive in and have a look at some of the wonderful stuff that is coming up? Now, we've got a fantastic deal for you on the Crafty Fun cardstock. The Crafty Fun Signature Collection was so popular when we launched it, and it's great that we're able to bring the cardstock back because that's the consumable element. You got 24 sheets in a pack, and there's 4 packs here for you. So firstly, you've got your glitters, which is this here, and I can do the test. It doesn't come off, you can see there, that's the beard test. So you've got your glitters here, all in those colourways which are going to match and beautifully to your signature collection. Very bright, very bold primaries here, great, almost a rainbow of colours. You've got some gorgeous Centura Pearl here. It's kind of a little bit more matte than some of the Centuras that we've brought to you previously. So we have that. We've then got as well this one here, which is our matte mirror. It's really heavy weight of cardstock. This one would be great for construction. And then for a little bit of bling, we've got the mirror board for you too. So you can see here, again, what you've got, it all in that beautiful colour, colourways that are going to work perfectly. I mean, it's so shiny. All of those are coming away for £25 or $38. A great way to get stocked up onto some gorgeous cardstock whilst we've got a fabulous discount on it. Now, the Gatefold collection that we've got for you. I'm with Leanne. I think this is my most favourite thing that we've got on the show for you today. And you've got lots of different ways that you can use these. You can interlock them if you want to. You can use them as gatefolds. You can just slip into them and use the sentiment itself. So you've got lots of different sentiments in here. It's a 6-piece collection. So this one is love. You also have thanks. I just love the style of this font. This one is luck. You've also got wish. There is home, and also you've got best. Now you get all of them, all 6 for £40, which is fantastic. Now, as well as having the die in there, of course, you do get the stamp in there as well, which just allows you to stamp that on and complete that sentiment, which is fantastic. If you do want to go for a couple of these, you can grab them. They are 2 for £15 if you wanted to get them like that, which is fantastic. Now, the discovery kits. These are fantastic. They have been so popular since we launched them. They're a great way of you maybe discovering a new style of colouring. Maybe you're discovering colouring for the first time. You've got 7 different options in here. So whether you want to be discovering manga, really, really popular, maybe with the teenagers, whether it's concept design, if you know someone that's into product design or architecture or fashion design, we've got something for that. We've got creative colouring. There are beautiful mandalas in here. We've got illustration, calligraphy and watercolour. We'll look at them in a little bit more detail a little later in the show. They're $11.99 each. If you did want to go for all of them though, we've got a fantastic deal on a multi-buy for you, $71.94 in the UK or $95.70 if you are in the US. Now, something that is so busy whenever we bring this to you, it is our water reactive ink pads. Now, this is a fantastic collection that we've got for you because you've got 25-piece blending collection. So it means that you've got 25 ink pads within here, but then you've also got some blending tools and some spritzing bottles that go with that as well. They are so popular. There's so much you can do with these. We've got really good stock of pretty much all the colours at the moment. So what it means is that all of the, the favourite ones are within this collection. But I know we can't get any more of these at the moment. So how long we're able to stock all of these for, I am not too sure at the moment. Whilst we've got them, definitely grab them. You're saving £37 on that collection if you are in the UK. It's over a quarter off. They are fantastic. Go and have a look at some of the reviews for those on the website as well. We've also got something that was in the earlier show. We wanted to bring what's left of the stock back for you for this later show because this is a fantastic deal. Now the frame in the middle there that you can see should be £12.99 or $18.95. So you're actually in theory getting the other 2 stamp and die sets completely free of charge, as well as working beautifully with this peekaboo stamp and die sets. That aperture there in the middle, that cuts perfectly the size that you need to have your word dies that you may have had as well. So it's going to allow you to use those perfectly. If you want deals on the word dies, go back and have a look at the earlier show as well. My old housemate has just messaged here and said, "Hi Joe, I miss you so much. I'm having to watch you." Oh, that's so sweet. Thanks, Stacey. Loads of you commenting away. If you want to get in touch with us, you want to join the conversation, then absolutely do that over on our Crafters TV Facebook page. So Crafters TV, join there and have a look and join the conversation. If you want to watch and shop at the same time, absolutely then head on over to our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk or .com or .eu, where you can watch and shop at the same time. If you want to send us any pictures as well, and we've got loads of pictures to share from the earlier show, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Get your pictures into us. Right, I'm going to dive into these comments, and I know that Leanne has got so much that she wants to share with us, so I'm going to hand you over. You look great in that apron, by the way, Leanne.
Oh, thank you. I love my apron. I think you're just going to be seeing me in my apron all the time now. I even, when I was baking at the weekend, had my apron on. I really love it. It's so comfy. It's brilliant for just general housework as well. Why just keep it for craft? So send pictures of you with your apron on as well. Now, and I think there's still a few available from the Best of show on the website. If you didn't get yours and you're a bit envious, head along and get one. Right, I thought the first thing we could have a look at is one of my favourites, which are these fabulous little cute little cute over the edge characters where you've got the word, you've got the little character, and on the stamp, not only have you got that, but you've got his little bum. So he can be peeking over the end, and you can put his little reverse, his little behind on the inside of the card, his little backside on the inside of the card. And then the sentiments in here, I think, are fantastic, Joe, because you've just, here, for example, I just can't bear to be without you. Isn't that lovely? It's cute. Fabulous, isn't it? And I love this one. I made this with my own bare hands. Isn't that, there's so many different little sentences here. It's dead cute, dead quirky, and very, very simple to use. So what I've got is my Gemini plate, because I'm doing a little bit of a larger concept card here, and then I've got those 2 frames that come in the collection. So my first frame I'm going to cut down so I can line it up. Now, honestly, guys, if I was doing this at home and I was going to be sending it to somebody, I would be doing myself a little pencil line just to make sure I've got it straight. But because I don't need to worry about that here and it's all about speed, then I'm just going to I'm going to eyeball it. What was the name of the lady years ago on Craft? If you're watching in the UK, you might be able to remember. And I think her first name was Sue. And she had a very deep Yorkshire accent. She used to do everything by eye. I'm doing it by eye, and I can't by eye, and then we used to call her by eye Sue because everything was by eye, and I can't remember her name. Please, if she's still around and you're still speaking to her, let me know, because she was a fantastic hoot. Was by eye Sue, and that's exactly what I'm doing here, by eye. So I've put my little frame on. I'm ready to go. And then I'm going to put the rest of my plates on top and just pop this through my Gemini machine. What that square frame's going to do, and that's the frame actually with the lovely little cut out edges, is give me the line, the space for lining up my word bear and my little bear die head. And so I find it much easier to cut the frame first and then line up your other dies. You can do it the other way, but what I've done in the past is overshoot a couple of times. So I've, getting the bear and the little head too far apart and not being able to fit the frame around it, and then ended up wasting cardstock and having to do that again and again. So just be careful how you do this, and I always like to do the frame first. So by cutting that frame, what I have done, look, is give myself, you can see there, because it's just cut on the top 3 bits, is give myself the space now to line up my little bear and the word bear. So I can take my die and decide which side I'm going to have him on. So do I want to have the word bear there? And then which side do I want to have the little guy on himself? There's the little outline for him. So if I want to arrange it like this, you see I can line them up with the edge of my frame, gets it in the perfect position. And we're by-eyeing again. I need to do it properly, sort of by-eye. I don't even know if that's a proper Yorkshire accent. I'm terrible.
It does sound a little bit Scottish in parts.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can do a good Scottish accent. Have we got anybody from Scotland watching? I can say 3. Is it 3? Oh, 2. 2 Scottish words.
Go for it, as long as they're not swear words.
No, they're not. They're not. Are you ready? My first one is sausage. And my second one is hot chocolate.
That's very good.
See, I can speak Scottish. Do you not think that sounds... I think, when Jimmy Carr does the... learning a North East accent. Have you seen him do it, Joe?
No.
Joe! You've got to do it. Come on, Joe, do it with me. Ready now. So this is what Jimmy Carr says you've got to learn to say to learn the North East accent, right? Oompa loompa.
Oompa loompa.
Say, no, oompa loompa.
That sounds Indian.
No. Oompa loompa?
Oompa loompa.
Oompa, there, you sound Geordie already. Right now, the next one, Kawasaki.
Kawasaki, yeah.
There was another one as well. He does a whole series of it. Like, for Welsh, he does, whose coat is that jacket? How did I get on to speaking different languages? I don't know.
I do realise that I have this weekend become acclimatised to the North East accent.
Have you?
Because it's for the first time this week people have spoken to me in a North East accent, and it hasn't made me sort of go, oh, you're from the North East. Which is how it's been for weeks, like since the end of January when I started here. Yeah, it's become the new normal now.
It's become the new normal.
Yeah.
Another word that Jimmy Carr tells you to say to learn North East properly is roller coaster. So
Roller coaster.
roller coaster, roller coaster, Kawasaki, Oompa Loompa. And if you can say that, you're a true Northeasterner, Joe. So you'll have to get practicing with
I
those
am
three.
practicing, don't you worry.
So here we go.
So if you say what? Space Ghetto. I don't know if I can do it. I'm talking to my producer, not myself, by the way. Yeah. Can you say Space Ghetto in an American accent? I wouldn't want to offend all our American viewers.
No,
I'm not very good at an American accent. You know?
I'm not brave enough to try that, I have to say.
No,
I'm really
my
not.
favourite accent is South African. And it's
yes.
my favourite one to
It's a good accent, I do.
as well. It's
Yeah,
a
I
very
agree.
Good one, isn't it? What's your favourite accent at home? Can you understand what we're saying all of the time, or do we confuse you sometimes?
Yes, that's interesting. And what did you think of my Scottish accent?
Yeah, exactly.
My sausage and my hot chocolate.
There's
right,
going to
so
be
you see I've cut my little bear and I've cut my word bear, and now all I need to do is just the space to the edge there where it might not have just caught. See, it's cut the bear side away perfectly, but it's just a little corner there. I need to nick that with my knife, and then I just need to join these two little lines up here with my craft knife. Now the reason we left them like that, so that it doesn't join up and that you have to go with your knife to join them, the reason why I did that when we designed them is to give you many more design options, which I'll show you with the samples. So you're seeing all I did was nick that there and then join those two up there, and now I've got my perfect little half fold card with the word bear ready. You can see that there. I'll put my hand underneath so you can see it. Ready to take the little stamp front and back, and then I can decorate that up if I want, and I could colour them in. So just to see how you do the stamping, let me show you that. So I'll just put these guys back where they go. I would suggest if you're using these at home, if you do get them, and why would you not, because they're absolutely glorious. They're good for young and old alike, I think, honestly I do. Keep them on a magnetic sheet, because those dies are small and you don't want to lose your bear that goes with your bear word. So have a little magnetic sheet nice and close at hand. So I've got my acrylic stamps that go with here. So I'm going to line up my little bear. So you see what I'm able to do, because it's an acrylic stamp, is just get him where I want him to be and then go and pick him up. And what I can do is line up that line there. So I'm lining up line under number 6 across the line of my aperture, so I can get that in the right place, so that I know when I stamp him on, it's going to get him perfectly aligned. So pick him up, take one of your ink pads, depending on whether you're going to colour it with watercolour or whether you're going to colour it with alcohol, use your correct ink pad for that job. And then I'll line my line back up there just to get him in his perfect place where I had him before. Make sure he's there and stamp.
We're getting lots of comments coming in about accents.
Oh, look. Oh,
That's
how
cute,
lovely is that, Joe?
So cute.
Isn't that lovely, just peeking up? I mean, even just adding that on and putting, I'm just going to show you a little bit of the blue card under here. Even just adding that on.
Beautiful.
Look, just like, this is your Crafty Fun card. Putting your Crafty Fun card behind and having that lovely pop of glitter in there, any of those colours, they're really beautiful. They're very rainbow, I think, which is very of the minute. Everybody loving their rainbows. It just pops the little guy there, doesn't it?
Why am I seeing like theatre curtains in that square die for some reason? I don't know what it is about.
I think it's because I love that idea, and actually you could if you've got some fabric, you could take that thing. It's these little corners here.
Yeah.
So what you could do is just drape something down, and it could be like he's peeping through a little puppet theatre or some little theatre curtains. Yeah, look at you getting your creative craft on.
I know. Lots of you talking about accents in the comments. Robin saying English accent is her favourite, then Scottish. Donna saying the British accent is her favourite. Beth is just saying we're a hoot this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Erin, this one will make you laugh. When I watched Peaky Blinders, it took three episodes to finally understand them. You're not on your own there. I mean, some of those episodes I even have to go at. See, my problem is with TV generally is I'm a bit deaf. And what I can't understand is, so basically, this is a really funny, do you want to hear a really funny story?
Always.
Me and my housemate, we can't watch Game of Thrones. We gave up because it's so bassy, there's so much bass in it, that I can't hear what they're saying, even with it on, like, I have to have my TV on vocal clarity mode at home so it takes the bass out so I can hear it. So we had to watch it with the subtitles on, and there's so many long words in it that we just couldn't watch it with the subtitles. So we got 3 in and we just gave up. We couldn't hear what they were saying.
Oh, do you know what? You're missing out a treat. I love Game of Thrones. That is my favourite series of all time in the history of the world ever.
Maybe I should get a hearing aid and then give it another go.
Well, yes, do. Give it another go. But do you know what else I love? And I'm going to start watching it again tonight. It's back on Netflix. I keep showing you my roots, I'm sorry. I'm just using some of the little stamps here so you can see how these work too. Look, I just can't bear. This is for you, Joe.
Oh.
I can't wait till we can have a hug again.
Oh,
honestly,
me too.
It's tragic. I'm a hugger and
is there a hug stamp in there? Anything to do with hugs in there?
I think there is, yeah. Hang on, let me know. Bear hugs, yes, there is. Bear hugs.
I'll be giving out all the bear hugs.
All the bear hugs. Now, so I'm going to add this on here and then this is for you. I'm going to start watching into the series tonight. Just come on Netflix.
Which one?
4, Last Kingdom.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Now, everybody, please, if you've watched Last Kingdom, let me know how much you love Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Who?
Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Oh, my word. If you've watched Last Kingdom, you will know what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
If you haven't watched Last Kingdom and you don't know what I'm talking about, watch Last Kingdom and then you will know what I'm talking about.
Okey-doke.
Because it's fantastic. You've got to see Uhtred, Joe.
Right, I'll give it a go. So apparently, it's not me being a bit mutton. It is. It probably is. Yeah. It is my. It's my TV. Apparently, they reckon. Try a sound bar is what people are saying in the comments, or try headphones is the other answer.
Oh, well, that's
Thanks
a fabulous idea you do that, Joe, because Game of Thrones is fantastic. However, it is very growly and grumbly. Sometimes I do have to rewind it because they're taller like this, because they're all. And so sometimes you need to rewind that just to work out what they've said. However, look at how fabulous this is here, look. So you see, I've done the little bear. You could colour him in if you wanted to. Look here, see him coloured in.
Beautiful.
I've done the word bear. You could decorate this all up if you want, but just to show you, I just can't bear to be without you.
Oh.
And it's for you, Joe. And then inside, look, his little bottom. Peeping over the side.
His bare bottom.
His bare bottom. Oh, tutu. Very good, his bare bottom. Now, I've got a couple of samples of the design. Do you want to see them?
I'd love to see them, please. Yeah. Remember as well, all you're paying for with this is the square frame, and you're getting the stamp and dies from the bear and from the bunny, included free of charge. And that aperture fits all of our word edgeable dies perfectly as well. So if you've got the words, you don't have the frame, or you've been thinking about going for the words, this is a great way. We did have 4 of the words on for £10 in the earlier show as well. So go back and maybe pop those in there. They're actually on this show also as well, so you'll be able to find those. So maybe let those fall into your basket as well.
Are we going to have a look here or here? Okay, so here we can see how fabulous these are, and this is your Sun Bunny Special. Isn't that lovely? You've got the little, I mean, I love that bunny, honestly. I just think she is so incredibly cute. Here we've done one where we've used a different aperture, but it would work perfectly with the 2 you're getting in this kit, where we've used the bunny and then we've lined it with acetate and made a little shaker card. Here we've done a lovely gift box where we've done bunny on opposite sides and done the little bunny peeking over here and here. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Here's the little bear again. Look, using just some of our bunting stamps or our bunting dies that we might have lying around, using those little sentiments, doing him so he's got his little bottom on the outside this time, and then when we open up, he's peeping over on the inside, which is gorgeous. And then look, much brighter colours. So you can see here these bright colours would work brilliant with that Crafty Fun card collection we've got there as well, Joe.
Really is gorgeous. I think they're so playful, and there's loads that you can do with these. You're getting 2 card concepts for £12.99 here, and the frame to allow you to cut them out. A lot of you chatting away in the Kingdom show that you talked about, Leanne. Mary, one of our past craft ambassador, her husband loves that show.
Yeah.
Tracy saying she loves it. Robin saying, Robin just said, you can get headphones and give it a watch, Joe, but I was just bored with it. I tried it 3 times, said Robin, about Game of Thrones. Bev says, anyone anyone out there that can't hear the TV properly, watch and listen through headphones. She's got some wireless ones, and she plugs the jack into the audio outlet on her TV. And also Karen saying she has the same TV problem with her TV. I've got like a vocal clarity on mine. I find if I turn that on, usually I'm alright, but maybe headphones is the way forward. I am only 33, I should be able to hear better than this. Anyway, loads of you commenting along. Absolutely love you joining the conversation with us over on Facebook. If you want to watch the shop though at the same time, here's all the details. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. All the details there of how you can watch and shop at the same time. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt. I need to retire this shirt now. Someone once told me, Martin Parker once told me, who's one of my old colleagues, never wear a shirt that you wear at work when you film a video. And now I see why. I want to come back. I just really want to quickly give you the details of the water reactive ink pads. You guys have been absolutely loving these larger ink pad bundles that we've been putting together for you. This is a 25-piece water reactive ink pad bundle for £100. And you've got some extra blending tools in there, $140 if you're in the US. We've got all your top favourite colours at the moment as well, so it's a great chance to stock up. A lot of people maybe collect these over time, have done so for a couple of years. This is your chance to just off the bat have pretty much a complete collection. Why, Leanne, do you think these have been so popular, and where do these sit alongside your other ink pads?
So this is the first ink pad collection that we actually launched at Crafters Companion, and I think it's just over a year ago now. Might be a year and a half. Where does the time go? But basically these ink pads were to fix an issue that most of you were having with being able to do beautiful blended backgrounds, because I'd been trying to do that for years. I could never, with the product that was out there, get the beautiful soft blend that I wanted. Sometimes my ink would still grab on my card and leave me horrible lines. So I worked with the manufacturers of these ink pads to make this proprietary formula for Crafters Companion in Spectrum Noir. You cannot get this formula in any other ink pad range, that performs in a foolproof way where you can blend beautiful backgrounds effortlessly, and I will be showing you how to do that in the show. You'll have seen me do it many times before, but you can also stamp your beautiful images with it. You can also do all of your different watercolor techniques. You can actually watercolor with them as well as do your blended backgrounds. They are incredibly versatile, but actually very, very, very easy to use. So if you've struggled in the past getting those types of results and techniques with your ink pads, these are the ink pads for you now while they're on a really good deal.
Wonderful. Very, very busy on those already. Lots of you already shopped ahead and got those. Now, next one is the Gatefold cards that we're going to be looking at. These only launched fairly recently. They're very popular, and it's easy to see why. It's a really lovely brush lettering style font that you've got here. So you've got the die. Let me just show you that as well, because for instance, you've got the die, not just the die though, you've got a stamp in there as well, as you can see. So you've got I and you, allowing you to complete the sentiment there as I love you. Let's just pop that back onto there. So let me show you what you've got. So you've got love in here. You also have thanks. We've got luck. There is wish, home, and also best. So you get all of them for £40, which is fantastic. If you do want to stock up on a couple of them, you can. They're two for £15 or $25. They're really, really fantastic. Loads that you can do with these as well, because that's the great thing about Crafters Companion. We bring you products that are designed by crafters for crafters, so you always know that you've got the most amount of craftability in everything that we bring to you. Loads of you commenting away. Any questions that you've got, absolutely drop into the comments and let me know what those are. When did we launch these, Leanne? I'd say maybe a month or so ago, was it?
Yeah, it's not very long, Joe, but mind you, time's running away with me, so I'm struggling to keep on top of it in my mind. I think maximum 3 months.
Okay, yeah.
It's very, very recent. I think it was after Christmas.
I believe it was like, since I've been here, it's the end of January.
Yes.
But they've been really popular since then, haven't they?
Very popular, and I think it's because they're so unique and so different in their concept. There is 2 concepts you have with these. The one they were designed for, which is, as you can see here, is to create a sentiment which gatefolds back. But what we've included with these, as in the samples Joe's got you, and I'll get him to show you later when we go back and have another chat with him, we've included the interlocking, so 2 little notches, so that you would cut the LO on this side and the VE on this side, and then they cross over and interlock to make the word, which means if you want to give something which is locked and then has to be ripped open to give a gift, or maybe it's a wrap on a box or something like that, then you're able to do that with this concept. And we give you the instructions for both in the packaging, so don't worry about that. We're going to have a look at how to do the method in for which they were intended, which is the gatefold. And so I've got a couple of pieces of card cut ready to size. Now, the instructions for both of the different concepts are included in the packaging. Let me just show you that very quickly, because I want you to have the confidence when you go for these to know that you're going to get all of those instructions. So here you can see we've got the instructions for the gatefold. So it tells you to how big to have your piece of card, how deep to have your piece of card, and then it tells you all the intervals to score and the exact measurement. And then as an addition, there's a little piece of paper inside here in both metric and imperial. We've given you the instructions in centimetres and inches, depending which side of the world you're in, to do the interlocking extra exclusive project, to use that technology that's included with them as well. So everything that you need is inside there, so don't throw that away, because that's going to be your little Bible of sizes to work with your dies. Right, we're going to do the gatefold. So I've got my piece of cardstock here, and it is 12 inches wide, so it's brilliant for all of your scrapbook card and your scrapbook paper and that kind of thing, because you can reinforce that. You can cut these from. I'm going to show you how to do your reinforcing as well. And then we're going to score it at 2 inches. So I've got this on my board, and then I'm scoring in at 2 inches. So I score once in at 2 inches like that, and then I score at 4 inches. So in 2 inch increments, I score twice in from the edge. Then rotate my card and do exactly the same again. So I butt it up to the edge there, score at 2 inches, and then at 4.
Thanks, as we thought it might be, Leanne, thanks a bunch. It is your favourite at the moment. It is way ahead in the lead. So if you've been thinking about the individuals, and thanks a bunch is in your shopping basket waiting for it to check out, I'd say don't dilly or dally. It's very busy. Most of you are going for that larger collection and seeing the value in that. And I think the thing is about these, Leanne, is they're not really occasion specific or really gender specific. They're something you're going to be able to use a lot, aren't they?
They really are, Joe. Yes, absolutely. And when you're lining, I think the thing is, it conveys a message in a very different way, doesn't it? It is a little bit quirky, it's a little bit different. You know, we all put sentiments on cards, but sometimes just a little stamped one in a square in a corner isn't really going to cut the mustard. To have something which makes a real performance of the message that you want to convey, which these do, is lovely to have. But also sometimes if you're just struggling, if your crafty mojo's got up and gone and you really just don't know how to put a card together, having something that's been designed like this is going to be fantastic, because it takes all that effort away for you. Now the next thing I want you to be careful with is lining them up. Now I'm just looking here, and I think if I cut that TH there and fold that back, that's not going to be in the right place. So I want that cutting. Now I'm working it out which way I want it to cut. So let's just do this. So here's the thing, this is what you're going to do at home. I'm folding my card, folding my gatefold back. This is how the gatefold's going to go together. So there's my gatefold, and I'm going to have my TH and my inks on the end here. So if I want that to say thanks on this side, and I want that to cut away there, going to cut that off? Right, I think that's where I'm going to put it. That's where I'm putting it.
Wonderful.
I've decided, Joe, I'm committing, I'm going for it, right? Okay, I've lined it up.
Jerry Griffin is asking, is the scoreboard on sale as well? It is, yes, it is on this show. It's bundled with the Envela box, so you can get the two together for about £18, I think it is. Just go across to the website and have a look. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, depending on where you are. Do you want to just quickly see that the other way you could use them as well, Leanne?
Yeah.
You were asking about. I've got one of the samples just here. So let me bring it in and show you.
Thank you, Joe.
So what you do is you just lift it up, and then obviously you open it up like that, so it kind of interlocks into there, as you can see. I'll put that back together again so you can just see how that interlocks, and then that goes back round together. Let me get it in the right slot. There you are. So you could have put that together, and then it will come back just like that. So different ways of using this.
Thank you very much, Joe. That really is brilliant. So you can see that different concept. And if you make it on nice, strong card, you could do it as your card concept if you wanted to. But actually, we intended that to be kind of a rip open, reveal little gift wallet inside or something like that. So yeah, or like a wrap around a gift box. Right. So I've got my two 2-inch scores here from the end. So I've got my 2-inch and my 2-inch. Yes, that's got to be right. Okay, so I've got my 2-inch. I'm doubting myself, Joe. I'm doubting myself.
I love that. I mean, I'm no help at all in this situation. Sorry, not with maths.
So I've lined it up with that first 2-inch score line, and you can see we included the extra metal on the die here to cut that down, but also so that you can line that up perfectly down your score line, so you get it nice and straight. And then I've taped them here. Then I'm just going to build my sandwich up, and I'm going to run that through my Gemini. Now, if you've got a junior, you can still do this in your junior, because you can cut one side, leave it hanging out the back, turn it round, put the other die on, put it through and cut the other side if you don't have your Gemini. I've just put them through like this on my Gemini plates for speed purposes. But you could, for instance, cut this bit on your junior, then put this die on, cut that bit on your junior. So you could do it in 2 passes if you wanted to. We're then going to pick the die away. Let's just get my tape. I want to be gentle with this because I don't want to rip anything. There we go. So that cuts away all of the pieces which are, see, Joe, I've done it wrong. I've done it back to front, Joe.
Oh, that's all right. Let us know that you
know. Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, I haven't. I'm better than I thought I was. Right, okay. And then we cut it off the side here. Good. See, it's best your first time to just make sure that you have got it in the right place. Don't doubt yourself, Chivs. You've got it right. I thought, you know what, that looks a bit odd to me. But no, it's right. Oh, look, that tape's got a good old hold on there. But you know what, it doesn't matter because that bit gets pulled away anyway, so it's not part of your project. Right, let's just move these to the side. Let's move these to the side so you can see. So then your gatefold comes over and your little word gets folded back. And so the same here, your gatefold comes over, your little word gets folded back, and then that says thanks to you in the middle.
Oh, I love that.
Now, to make that stand out, Joe, what you can do is this. And I'm going to use some of our fabulous crafty fun card. I'm going to use the glitter. Now, cutting through glitter, I may need my metal shim. So I'm going to have my metal shim on there for that. And then what I'm just doing is positioning my 2 dies pretty close together. I could tape them still if I want to. I could probably use my junior plates for this, but just to save me having to look at them, I'm just going to whack them through there with the
So they will these concepts, making that card that you just made, are you able to make that through the junior, that one? You
Let me just cool. What I'll do is when I've run this through, I'm going to get the junior plates out and just talk you through how you would do that. So you can see. Because I think for those of you who have got a junior at home, that will be helpful for you, because you might be worrying about getting these dies thinking, well, I haven't got a Gemini, I've got a junior, and it doesn't look like they'll work, but they will. So let me show you. So this is your junior plate here, and I'm going to put my purple rubber mat underneath, only for the purposes of you being able to see what I'm doing. So that's the size of my junior plate. Here is my card concept. So what you would do is you would cut your piece of card, line up this die, run that through your junior. There we go. Run it through your junior because it's the width of the junior plate. Wonderful. And then you would take it out, put this die on, and then run it through your junior and cut the two sides of your card separately.
Perfect.
So yes, that's how you would use them in your junior if you want to. Right, so what I've done here with my Gemini is cut these two pieces again, and you can see there how they've cut. So, and actually, look at that. Hey, I found a new concept I like, Joe. Hey, look at that. Well, do you know what? That was an accident, but I like it. Hang on, I'm going to show you. Oh, hello. See, I love crafty accidents when that happens with things, don't you, Joe? Look at this.
Leanne's cock a hoop. She's so excited.
Look at this. So you could put something under. That's creative. Look at that. You could have like gifts or something under there. That's a thanks. You could have a pair of leather gloves under there.
Oh.
You could have a nice folded silk scarf under there. You could have just put them a little bit closer together so you can see the
sausage
thanks.
roll would do for me under there.
Well, or maybe a Belgian bun for me.
Yes,
thanks very much.
Gorgeous.
Lovely. Or a bar of chocolate. Put a bar of chocolate in there.
You could get a massive bar of chocolate under there.
And you cut your piece of card off and leave that full and then slide your gift in because it's... I really like that. That's a new concept we found there. Anyway, stop waffling, Leanne. What I'm going to do now is cut these out. So I'm just going to cut this away and cut this away so we can just tear it off. You don't waste your cardstock, but just so I can see what I'm doing. Right, so you can see I've got my thanks and my inks there. So this is the little, that's the little slot. Can you see that there? Oh, I'm showing me roots again, sorry. Look, there's your little slot, top and bottom, for when you do the interlocking. So it cuts, can you see that? So it cuts it in the right place for you. But what we're going to do is just continue that little cut. I'm going to get my head out the way. Oh, it's getting worse, the hair situation. It's awful. There we go. Cut that one off there. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to show you my roots because I need to see it. Can you not? That's marvellous. And cut that one off there, right? So I've got my thanks. And then over here, on my card, I'm going to use my dotty tape pen. You could use your stick and spray if you wanted to. You know, we were using that a lot last week, weren't we? But I'm just going to use my dotty for now. There we go, dotty. And then I've got my inks here. You see how I've overlapped that? And I'll do the same on this side with my dotty tape pen. And this is how you get that. If you're doing a self-coloured card, this is how you would get it to stand out. And
could you just use the thanks on its own? Could you snip it out completely and use it separately as a topper?
Of course you could, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Just join them up because the join is seamless. So now when we close these and fold them back. Oh, I love that. Look how it spells thanks, and you've got that and it stands out on your card. Isn't that lovely?
You could stick that down if you wanted to, I'm guessing.
Yes, just stick it flat. Yeah. Yes, and then that's just on your card as a gatefold there if you don't want it to have the dimension. It's entirely up to you. So many different ways you can use this. I've got loads of examples. Would you like to see?
I would love to see some of them.
Right, because I think seeing samples and understanding all the different ways you can use them is what helps, isn't it? So I've got a bag full here, Joel. Look at this. Oh, wait till you see all of these. And these have been done in black and white, just so that you can see the concept, but work it out for yourself. And then I've got some lovely decorative ones I'm going to show you too. So you see what we've got. This is interlocking. Look, so that's the one that Joe was showing you where we've got that there. Interlocks to do a lovely little wrap around a box. And don't forget, we include the instructions for you to do the interlocking, so you don't have to worry about working that out. Here we've got another one here, interlocking, where you can see you can open that there on the side of a card. We've got just more words with it. So here we are. Look, I love this, where you just use it as a topper on a little cake wedge box if that's what you want to do. We've got a wrap on a finished card. We've used the word cake in glittered there, but this could be any of the words that's included in your collection. We've done a little off-centre one. This is what you
I like that one a lot.
And it's got some acetate.
Oh, fantastic.
And so using the thanks that I've just done, exactly as you said, stuck side by side on the acetate, you wouldn't know there was a join there.
I think that's my favourite one, you know.
Isn't it lovely?
I really
because it's
love
like
that.
It's floating. It's gorgeous, isn't it? You could use it on a little diagonal if you want. So they're all of your concepts. Oh, I love this one. This is for you, Joe.
Ah, I love you too.
And then look at these. Look at these lovely samples we've got here, where you can see we've got best wishes. And the thing you're going to see here with these samples is every single one of them a different little size, a different colour, a different concept, a different way of doing it. Every single one of them looks entirely different, but still really stands out, and I think it's fabulous that you can start to really look at this. Oh, look at this. Have we got the word wish, Joe, over there?
Wish one? Wish. We do indeed.
Look at this sample here, Joe. This
love that
is done with your Harmony Water Reactive inks. With that, and we're going to be doing some of them, and then with your wish sentiment and black over the top, and then just one of the little fairies from Sarah's collection sitting on the wish. How fabulous is that? So many different things, and they'll work with all of your techniques. They're really easy and very, very usable.
Wonderful. They are also very, very busy as well. Let me just run you through the options that you've got here just to show you. So what you'll get included in this bundle collection is love. There's thanks, luck, wish, home, and also best. So they're the ones that you're going to get included. Then they'd all have their corresponding, that's not a word, corresponding stamp. So with home you've got Happy New, with best you've got You're My Friend to make best friend, luck you've got good, lots of, so there's loads of different ways that you can construct these on the front of a card or any project to get something fantastic. Sue Grover says, first time tuning in, lovely to see you again, Joe. Lovely to see you too, Sue. Tammy saying Crafty Accident are the best. Tracy saying how much she loves your enthusiasm. Leanne, Hannah saying Leanne is brilliant, isn't she just? Loads of you saying hello and tuning in. I need to remind you about the Crafty Fun card collection because it is very busy. Now our signature collection's always so busy, but the thing is a lot of them do include some kind of consumable element. So obviously the papers that you'll have got with your signature collection, these are the things that tend to, you need to come back and restock. So it's great that we've been able to get these in for you at such a fantastic price. Crafty Fun was one of the most recent signature collections that we launched. So you've got the glitter I showed you first, you've got your pearl there, you've then got the matte mirror. Now the matte mirror I think is so classy, it's like brushed stainless steel is the best way to think about it. All in the corresponding colours which work beautifully with your Crafty Fun, and then for a bit of bling we've also got that standard mirror. There's nothing standard about our mirror. $38 if you're in the US, £25 if you are here with us in the UK. Over 35% off on that. Don't forget as well, you can use your Club Inspire discount with all of these wonderful deals that we bring you here at Crafters TV. You can double discount, which is fantastic. I want to remind you of the Peekaboo. Now I know a lot of the stock here has gone, 70% in fact of the stock on the Peekaboo sold out and gone. If you want it, I'm not sure if it will last this show, maybe it will sell out just after the show, but it is very busy. $12.99 or $18.95. That is what you'll pay just for that middle die there that you can see, the square frame. However, what you're going to get is those 2 stamped die sets included as well, completely free of charge. You are saving more than you're spending here on this one. Now, very busy, talking of things that are very, very busy, the water reactive inks are really, really busy. This is a comprehensive bundle. There's 25 ink pads in here, plus blending tools for you as well. So there's so much that you're going to be able to do with this. £100 if you're in the UK, $140 if you're in the US. Now, very, very busy on this. We've still got a good range of colours at the moment, so it means we can bring you all of your favourite colours in there. But Sarah said on many occasions, because the ink pads are produced in the US, we don't know how long we'll have all of the stocks for. So definitely grab these larger bundles whilst we have them, because you know you might just end up with sort of 16 oranges at some point, you know, every different kind of orange, but at the moment we've got a really, really great collection. There's a 10-piece bundle as well if you'd like a smaller bundle. Go and have a look for that. That's over on the website. It's £50 or $60. What did you set out to achieve when you designed, when you sort of gave birth to this idea, Leanne? What were you looking for with these ink pads?
So I was looking for, I'm just grabbing all my stuff here to use because I've got loads of techniques planned for you. Right, what I was looking for was something to help me be able to get the techniques that I could see other people achieving, but that I couldn't achieve myself. It just wasn't possible. And I know from teaching lots of craft classes and from travelling around the UK, in fact travelling around the world delivering craft classes, I know that a number of you all struggle with the same thing, because one of the questions you always ask is, how do I get to do that? So basically I wanted to remove all of the struggle from getting a beautiful blend and make it very easy and effortless for you at home. To demonstrate that, I'm just going to use 3 colours that we've got in the ink pads together, just to show you the concept and how easy it is for them to blend. So I'm going to use my 3 yellows as a start. So for all of the colour families, you've got a light, a medium and a dark in that colour to allow you to create a beautiful 3 colour ombre. And I'm going to do that very quickly for you with this collection here. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with my light. Now, in the past, when you were using blendable ink pads, what you would have heard me and other demonstrators saying is, make sure you've got a craft mat down, keep your tool parallel with your card, start moving now, start moving before you get on your card, take a run up, don't move your tool, keep it flat, start moving. You would have, or everybody saying that to you, so you didn't get this happening with lines on your cardstock, because it would be hard to blend that out because it would have grabbed. What I wanted was for you not to have to worry about learning the run up and polish technique when you're applying your ink, for you to be able to use the Leann Chivers technique of whack it in and whack it on.
Whack it in, whack it on. Is that a little bit like wax on, wax off?
Yes, a little bit, because I did love Mr. Miyagi and Daniel-san back in the 80s. I really did, yeah. So you're not waxing the car, you're not painting the fence, or the other thing.
Putting the bins out, twiddling the blinds.
What did you do?
Putting the bins out,
twiddling the blinds. Twiddling the blinds, if you're Joe, absolutely. You can just put the ink, blend it in, not worry about taking a run up on your cardstock, and know that you're going to get one of these beautiful, and look, I'm even starting in the middle of my cardstock, which you would never have been able to do before, and I'm blending a beautiful ombre there. And then I would take my middle colour, and I would start with my middle colour, blending that on. And I'm not going to do the full piece of cardstock because I've got quite a few bits and bobs to show you, but you'll get the general idea, you'll get the gist.
Have you seen these ink pads before and thought, oh, I'd love to, but are they X, are they Y? Where do they sit in comparison to what you already have? Whilst Leann is here, absolutely get those questions in and she will be able to answer them, because there's not much that this lady doesn't know about anything Crafter's Companion. Someone has asked, well, I didn't make note of the name, what's the difference between the water reactives and the pigments?
Okay, so water reactive ink pad is a man-made dye, is a dye-based, water-based ink pad.
Right.
So you can get these beautiful blended effects and they will move with water. What does it mean, move with water? I'm going to show you that next. So you see, I'm not going to bother doing the blend of this bit of card here, but you can see how you can start to get these beautiful polished blends between the 3 colours, and you can do it very, very easily. If I splash some water on here, I'm just going to grab myself a piece of kitchen towel because it'll be crucial.
It's a very integral part of the building here.
A very kitchen towel is very.
You should see what Leann. I was going to say, you should see what Leann did with kitchen towel on Thursday.
Fabulous,
go back and watch Cartload. My. It'll blow your mind. And toilet roll, if you've got plenty of that knocking around.
So I'm going to splash this now with some water. So this is the difference. So these are water reactive, which is the hint. It means that they will move with water, they'll bleach with water, you can watercolour with them, you can get watercolour effects. So you see I've splashed water on there, and now when I soak this up, you can see how it's picked all of that colour up. So you've got that lovely splash effect behind. That, and it's not sticky, so you can't put embossing powder on this. A pigment ink pad is a very sticky ink pad that has a pigment in there, not a dye, which allows you to put your embossing powders on and heat emboss them. You can't blend a background like this with your pigments as easily as you can a water reactive. You can colour your cardstock, but it looks different. I did a tutorial. We did one of those masterclasses shows. It'll be on Crafters TV. Go and have a look. There's lots of tutorials on the pigment ink pads there where you'll be able to see the difference more clearly. I'm going to show you how to get the best results from these water reactive ink pads. So that's how we use the 3 colours for an ombre. Okay, what happens if you use 3 different colours together, Joe? Well, you get...
I thought you were going to ask, I thought I had to know the answer to that then for a minute. I was thinking, I have no idea.
Well, you get some pretty fantastic results, let me tell you.
So what cardstock are you using here, Leann?
Always watercolour card.
Okay.
Now you can use our stamping card as well, and that's something that's really important actually for you guys to get the hang of pretty quickly is which cardstock to use. I always advise watercolor cardstock with our water Harmony Water Reactive. I always advise a smooth cardstock with our quick dry, and I also advise a smooth cardstock with our pigment. But for Harmony Water Reactive, for these ones we're using here, it is best to use a watercolor cardstock. And the clue's in the title, Joe, because these are Harmony Water Reactive ink pads. Watercolor cardstock is the best companion for that.
Fantastic.
So that's my yellow I've got down there. Now I'm picking up some of my pink, and I'm going to polish this on to get a blend here. But look what happens when I go over the top of my yellow. I build up a beautiful peach colour.
Ooh.
So I can start to blend new colour combinations right in front of my eyes with these ink pads by overlaying them and building those lovely transitions between the two colours without any effort at all. And you see, I'm not getting any horrible lines, any harsh lines on here. It's just blending in really, really beautifully. So I'm going to use my final colour here. Now, I've got a couple of different techniques to show you here, Joe. So how much time have I got?
All the time in the world.
Have I?
Carolyn's asking, when would you use a rectangle tool versus the round tool?
That's a really good question, Carolyn.
Isn't it?
It's an excellent question. Gold star. Gold star, and bring an apple for the teacher. Right, so the square one, the rectangular one, is best for what I'm doing right now, which is larger blended backgrounds, just simply because you can get more ink on your tool and cover a quicker area. That's not to say that you couldn't do the same with your round tool. You can, it will just take you longer because it's smaller. So what I like to do is use my rectangle tool for my large area coverage, which I'm doing here, you can see. And then I like to use my round tool if I'm doing small detailed areas. So if I'm going to, you know, like our Sarah this morning did this beautiful edgeable card, and she will have used our Harmony Water Reactives on the edge there. I didn't see because I was working, but I'm sure she will have used the round tool for that.
I think
because
she did.
It was a small, more detailed application, and you didn't need the large squarer tool for it. Now, can you see where I'm overlapping the colours here, Joe? I've got...
This is a bit of me, this background. This is right up my Strasser, this.
Yeah, I knew you'd like this. Is for you. I knew you'd like this. But you see, we've got the lovely yellow, we've got green, we've got turquoise, we've got purple, we've got pink, where all of the colours overlap, and I've just used 3 colours of ink pad.
Is that only 3 colours in there?
3 colours of ink pad in there.
It's great how.
Isn't it?
I mean, obviously it took a long time to develop, so they don't... Because you'd imagine they were just muddy, wouldn't you? You just end up with a sort of like... you know, neon mush of nothingness, but they work beautifully.
Thank you. Doesn't that look lovely? So that's how you can build 3 different colours together. Now, I'm just going to do a little stamp over the top of this because you can make quick and easy backgrounds for cards, quick and easy toppers in the blink of an eye with these. Is this going to be big enough? No, I'm probably going to need a bigger stamping platform. Bear with.
Loads of you commenting along. Carol Ann saying, I always love it when Leann is on. She's fantastic anyway, but always feel she gives away the most hints, tips and inspiration and great ideas to stretch out your stash. Very useful for all crafters, but extremely handy for those who are new or recently new. What a lovely comment.
Oh, that's really lovely. Thank you so much. Do you know, I think it's just because, you know, I'm a crafter too, and I know how I felt, I mean, many, many years ago, but I know how confused I was a lot of the time when I was a new crafter, and I just wanted to really understand I had millions of questions. So now that I have the opportunity to come to you via the medium of social media, of TV, of Crafters TV here, I think it's nice to be able to share a little bit of insight and help you get the best out of your products at home.
Shirley's saying, up your who, Joe? Up my Strasser, Shirley, which is the German word for street.
Street?
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just stamping down. This has been in my stash for a long time. I really love this Lacy stamp. So I'm going to stamp that on the side.
Oh, I love that. Which
looks lovely, doesn't it? And then if you just do a little bit, I'm just going to pop that there because it's going to make a mess. Then if you just do a little bit more of your... That's the technical...
Is there is this not... I'm surprised if this doesn't have a technical term.
Flicking flicking water. Psh, psh, psh. If you want to give it a name, it can be called psh, 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 but you're just flicking the water at it basically, in no particular style. And then just give that a little wipe off. You get all of that lovely, so it starts to come together brilliantly, doesn't it? You could put a little sentiment on there.
Love it.
I think it looks great, doesn't it? So
great for making tags, these as well, I'd imagine.
Oh,
like
fantastic.
For gifts and stuff.
Yes, brilliant.
Could you do it onto like, almost, I don't know, this might be an idea, it might be a terrible idea. If you had, maybe it would be too porous today, if you had like brown paper, could you do technique on the brown paper and then wrap something with it?
Yes,
oh,
absolutely you could.
Wonderful.
Like on a craft paper or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Because the background of the craft paper is brown, the colours would be more muted in vintage because these colours are transparent. And so the reason they're really vibrant here is because we're on white cardstock. So if you change that to a cream cardstock or a brown craft, the colours would become more muted. But yes, they would still work.
Wonderful. Gwen says we should call it the splooshing technique.
Oh, splooshing's good.
Yeah,
I like
splooshing's great.
Yeah,
getting very busy for the 25-piece set now. I can hear how many of you have already gone for this. Was it Carol or was it Jan that said? It was Jan. So could you show what colours are in the set? As soon as Leanne's done, I'll run you through what the colours are verbally. What I'd say is if you want to see pictures, like a representation of what those are, pop to the website is the best place for you to see which colours are in which sets. I will tell you the names of them before the end. I just think they don't mean a lot sometimes if I just read the name, but I will do it at the end of these demonstrations.
So what I'm doing here is I'm just inking up one of my favourite floral stamps of all time in the history of the world ever. It's a lovely wild rose, so I'm inking that up in a Crafter's Companion purple, and then I'm also going to do a little bit of inking in one of my greens. I'm going to use a dark green. I'm going to use my
Apparently I'm hilarious according to Shirley.
Well, yes.
Thank you.
I agree. I think you are.
Funny, haha, or just funny. That's what I always say.
Right, now this is very technical and you're going to need to see a visual demonstration of this because we're going to have to huff.
Right.
So once you've inked up your stamp, you're going to go...
What's the difference between a huff and a puff?
Well, a puff, I think, would be... Like blow your house down and do 3 little pigs. And a huff is a...
Fair enough, that makes total sense.
Yeah. I think that's what that is. And now huffing on it moistens it a little bit with the from the moisture in your breath, but doesn't soak it. And the warmth just gives it enough so that when you stamp it, you get that beautiful, perfect impression.
That is gorgeous.
It's really lovely, isn't it? Now, Joe, this is why these stamps, this next bit, this is what you're going to need to do. Get these ink pads, sit down with a pile of 4x6 cardstock, some of your favourite stamps, and do this next thing, and you will feel like a watercolour artist, and you will look like a watercolour artist, and everybody you give your cards to will think you're a watercolour artist. We don't need to tell them anything about it. It's our secret. Okay, so we're getting it nice and close there. All we're going to do now is we've got a pot of water, you see, clean water. I'm popping my brush into the water and I'm taking off quite a bit of the moisture, not all of it, but quite a bit. So I don't want it soaking wet, I just want it damp. So you can see I've done that there. Then all you're going to do, now Joe, this is another pounce technique. We're pouncing, right. Okay?
Fabulous.
And then all we're doing with the wet brush is this, pouncing on top. And we're leaving some areas wet, and we're leaving some areas where we've got a little bit more of the ink, not too much water. But look, you don't have to be an expert colourist or a fantastic watercolorer to be able to do this, because anybody can ink that stamp up and stamp it, and then anybody can get a damp brush and pounce it onto the image as I'm doing here. And what you end up with is the most exquisite, beautiful, coloured watercolour topper to be matted and laid and popped onto a project with a little sentiment, maybe it's a gem or a bow, and it looks like you have hand drawn, hand painted, and you're a fantastic watercolour artist. Look how easy and effortless that was.
How beautiful. Loads of questions coming in, Leanne. Can I put the quick dry on my glass cutting mat and blend it like the water reactive?
No, because it's quick dry. So for quick dry, you get a nice, precise flat, crisp, stamped, non-fuzzy image, and it dries like that. So quick dry.
How does it dry?
Like that.
Like that.
Quick dry are best for sentiments. They're best for just flat images that you don't want to do any blending to. They're best for your layering stamps or for solid colour. For blended results like this, you definitely need your Harmony Water Reactive. You wouldn't get a good result with your quick dry.
Fantastic. So Ray says, my daughter loves you, Joe. She says you are so funny. I'm glad that my jokes land somewhere, Ray. That's all I can say. Gwen's made me laugh here. I don't know if you heard me chuckling away there. When I huff, it doesn't work. Am I not huffing enough? Hubby say me doing that, and he accused me of getting sexy with my cling stamp.
That is so funny.
Wow.
Oh, I see. Getting sexy with a cling stamp. Well, there's a whole Netflix series all in its own.
I mean, I know a lot of us are craving human contact at the moment, but
I think get a good breath in. What was that lady's name?
Gwen.
Get a good breath in and then huff out. So you are blowing air out. So rather than just going, you're going, so you're getting a good breath out. Could you hear that? If anybody tunes in now, they're going to wonder what the dickens that woman in the purple flowery apron with the mad hair is doing on the telly. Isn't it? So you get a good breath in and then huff out. And
good huffing.
That then gives enough heat and moisture for you to stamp this down and get a lovely impression. Have a little practice, Gwen. So good breath in and a good huff out, and that's the sort of result you're going to get. Now, there's something I like to do differently now. So this was where we dampened the brush and we did pounce, pounce, pounce. Another technique for this, if you want something a lot more distressed and grungy and a bit random looking and a bit, a bit edgy, I just get my spritzer and I just spritz the ink. And look, did you see? Did you see how it's intensified immediately in front of your eyes? Look how it's all moved. I'm just going to bring that up so you can see. Look how it's all moving in front. That's a gentle spritz and it'll all keep moving together. And that was one stamp, one spritz, and it's done. You can put it on a card.
You get the blending tools and spritz bottles included in this bundle as well, which is fantastic.
Fantastic. And then if you want to go a bit closer, depending on how far away and how close you go, changes the result with your spritzer. So that was a far away spritz. This is a close-up spritz.
Oh.
Look, isn't that lovely? And everybody went, ooh. And then look. So it's fabulous, and then you can move it around, and you've got all that.
It makes it go very vintagey.
Very
do you know what it reminds
vintage.
me of? Like a graphic 45 paper is what that looks like.
Absolutely, Joe. And if you did this in those lovely browns that come in that collection, I'm looking over there because that's where they are, in the lovely browns that come in the collection, on some like craft cardstock or sepia cardstock, and then do this, it takes on a whole new look. The possibilities are completely endless with these ink pads. They really are.
Gwen is saying she's going to do it when her husband's out of the room.
Yes. Well, you don't want
have him getting jealous.
Yeah, you don't want him getting jealous or thinking that you're getting sexy with a cling stamp. I mean, really. So now, I loved this. Can I have got time to show you this? Because I really loved this background with that moon, and I thought, you know what, you might like to know how to do that. So I've randomly cut. It's not very moon shaped, but it's a circle. I drew around an embossing powder pot, and I thought, let's have a little go with that. So, and I've cut it out by eye.
Sophia's message is there an alternative to the huff method while this pandemic is going on? What I'd say is only huff on your own stamps and don't anyone else huff on your stamps and you'll be fine.
Look, let me show you, Sophie. There is. Seeing as there is a pandemic coming on, but don't share your stamps. Don't huff on each other's stamps.
No.
Or huff at each other.
Only huff and puff on your own objects.
Yes, I thought I might start employing the huff technique in the supermarket when people get closer than 2 meters. Because I feel like I need a big 2 meter.
You need a spritz. You need one of those spritzers to squirt. I did ask the lady behind me in the queue at Tesco to move back last week. I'm not ashamed about it.
Yeah, no, me neither, because people need to stick to the 2 meter rule. I say put your Spectrum Noir spritzer in your pocket and just go like that. And if the spray hits them, they're too close to you, so they should be stepping back. Or you could puff on them, and then they'd be running to the back of the shop. Anyway, we jest, but I'm making very light of it. It is a very serious thing. So if you don't want to huff, and you want an alternative to that method, the alternative would be your spritzer. So this is the stamp that I haven't cleaned yet. I huffed on it and I got that first impression. Now I've got my spritzer. What I'm going to do, and if you just have a look at me so you can see how far away I am, I'm going really far away and I'm doing just a light mist of the water And my spritzer's running out. I need a new spritzer. Hang on. There's one down here. There it is. Right. So I'm going to do a light mist. There we go. And you see, I'm just kind of letting the water catch on. It's not really saturating it. And then what I can do is stamp this down. And I get a lovely impression.
Yes.
So that's the alternative to huffing, if that's what you would like to do.
Wonderful. Ray is asking, after it's spritzed, can you use brushes to move the colour around?
Oh, yes. Yes, let me show you. Let me show you that too. So this is the one we've just spritzed. Oh, this one here, you mean? Yes, so with that one, look, just add more water and move it wherever you want it to go. Yes, you can do that. Absolutely, you can. And with this one that we've just spritzed, just a more subtle result because it was second generation stamping, but same result. So Fantastic. You can continue to do that.
Love that.
Right.
Bev says she's definitely taken her spritzer to Target with her after going recently. I don't blame you.
I don't blame you, Bev. That's what I'd be doing as well, honestly. Right, so I've got 4 colours of ink pad here. I've got my little made up moon look in the top corner, and then I've got my ink pads. So I'm going to use a really nice turquoisey one at the bottom. I'm just going to kind of try and replicate this for you a little bit so you can see how that was done. Because to make your own backgrounds like this that are quite ethereal and be able to put on all of your die cuts or your stamps in different bits of sentiments, I think is really lovely. So exactly as I did before, nothing different except we'll do it in lines. So you can see here we're using, I'm using Parakeet this time, Joe, which I do believe is in the collection.
Which one, sorry?
Parakeet.
Ooh. I don't know.
Or was it Oasis?
It's Oasis in this.
So Oasis is also a lovely turquoise, so you could do the same thing with Oasis.
And we've got Lagoon as well.
Oh, Lagoon's nice. You could use Lagoon. Absolute Lagoons are lovely. I really like Lagoon. Actually, I think Lagoon was used on this original one because you can see it's much darker than this. So I think actually Lagoon was the original colour. So I've done the first colour there. So then I just swap over my little thing. Get a new one, so I keep one colour for every family. So that's my turquoise colour, and I'm using my lovely purple now.
You also get the blending tools. You get a pack of refills as well in here too, so you'll be able to sort of separate them out into different colour types, I guess, if you wanted to, and make sure you're not cross-contaminating. Remember as well with this, in the UK, you're saving £38 almost, and you're saving about $50 on this in the US when you get them all together. The best way to get the best value is to get the larger collection. There is a 10-piece collection available for you as well at £50, but that has all of the same blending accoutrement included as well, just 10 ink pads rather than 25. Much better value in the larger collection. Definitely worth going for that one if you can stretch to it. That's looking beautiful,
isn't it? Look, and you can see how you can build up the colours. So the turquoise running into the purple there. I would put my turquoise blending tool back on, not add any more ink, but then just give this a little polish, and what that does is just smooth out the blend between the two for you. And I am rushing this, you will take more time at home. Then finally I've got the pink, and throwing my lid away.
Wow, I think Christine's getting a little bit amorous with the old water teddy. She says, take one of those big water shooters to the stores. That'll give her a real lesson. Christine, I think you could get done for assault if you, rock up at Morrison's with a super soaker. I don't think that's going to work.
Just conceal your Spectrum Noir spritzer in your pocket and give them a little spritz when they come too close.
Shannon says she's only been tuning in for a week, but she loves these shows. It's lovely to have you here
Shannon,
with us.
Thank you.
Patty's saying take Jones Torn to the store. That'll give him a shock, won't it?
It won't give them a shock. That absolutely would. Joe,
can you imagine someone getting too close?
Fantastic. I think me and you can go separately and meet 2 metres apart. You take your horn, I'll take my spritzer, and we'll sort the store out in no time at all. We'll be tooting and spritzing, and everybody will keep their 2 metre distance.
Like if we were a double act, whether that could be our name, Toot and Spritz.
Toot and Spritz. Oh. We definitely need to do that.
I'll be Toots, you be Spritz.
I'll be Spritz, you can be Toot. Right, so now what I've got here, you can see is my little circle that I stick and sprayed on. If I pick this away now.
Oh, I love that.
You see how that's been my masked area with my, you see it wasn't a really very good circle because I did it by eye, but you can see that, you can see, use your die cut, use your little circle dies to do this at home, so you can do it a little bit better than I did. And then I'm using my round blender now, and what I'm going to do is just give this a bit of a halo. So I'm using my yellow and then I'm just adding
some of you are having a few problems. Some people are having a few issues, Leanne, logging into their accounts at the moment. Not affecting everyone, it's just affecting a few of you. What I'd say is refresh your page, try and log in again. If that doesn't work and you're able to, use a different browser. So if you're on Safari, maybe use Google Chrome or something like that. Yeah, it's not affecting all of you, just a few of you having the issue. So try closing it down, refreshing it, or using a different browser.
So you see I've got my halo on there, and then I would do my poof, 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 psh, psh, psh. Again, technique with the water, and you can do a little bit or a lot, and that's how you build up this beautiful technique that we had here.
Love that. Really, really beautiful. Do you know what might be nice as well? That, like one of those blended backgrounds, but then with one of the sentiment dies cut out of it, you know, just on like a piece of plain, like a plain background.
Oh, actually, Joe, you bring me full circle to another point. Definitely with all of your sentiment dies at home, exactly as Joe's just said to you, cut them out on watercolour card, and then with your little round blender, just dab the colour on over the sentiment, and that colours it, and you get beautiful rainbow ombre sentiments, or sentiments perfect for the project you're working on. For example, if we were going to do a lovely sentiment on one of these that we stamped earlier, by cutting that out, a sentiment, and then dabbing these colours on, that would really stand out, but the colour of your sentiment perfectly matches the colour of the image that you've stamped as well, and maybe the background that you've blended. So it just brings everything together. It's a brilliant thing to do.
Yes, really lovely. So many of you sharing so many ideas in the comments of things that you're going to be able to do. Gwen says, "Oh, Leanne, you are a genius." I love it. Isn't she just? I'm going to quickly run you through all the colours that come, including the large bundle. What I would say is get across to the website and have a look, because there you'll see what they are. But I'm going to run you through them quickly. You've got jet black, orange, grasshopper, plum pudding, spring meadow, damson wine, midnight, oasis, pumice, spar blue, friar brown, frosty jade, green topaz, pine tree, lagoon, misty morning, sandstorm, seal brown, smoked emerald, smoked pearl, smoked plume, twilight grey, silent night, anthracite, and baby blue. I know that doesn't mean much to you, but they are the ones that you are getting included. Get across to the website. A lot of you stocking up on that, getting very, very busy, as we knew it would. Now, something that we do every night on a Monday. No, that didn't make any sense, did it? Something we do every week on a Monday. If we did it every night, it'd be every night of the week. Honestly, something we do every Monday evening is Craft Ambassador. Do you want to be our next Craft Ambassador? We would love to speak to you. I think we're going to try and do some calls maybe on Thursday or Friday. So pop along, ccambassadors@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send me a picture of one of your most recent projects, and I could be giving you a call, just like I did with the lovely Tracy. Take a look. And this week, our craft ambassador is Tracy Stillwell from Kent. Tracy, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Joe.
Oh, so glad to be able to speak to you. Now, of course, you're going to win the coveted. Not even I have the mug. Not even Sarah has one of these mugs. So we'll get this sent out to you in due course. I know you sent us in a picture of something you've been working on. Have you got something there you'd like to share with us?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. What was that?
It's a blended ink background. I used rub-ons on it. And
Gorgeous.
a couple of the Christmas fairies.
Ah, beautiful. That's gorgeous. How long have you been crafting for, Tracy?
All my life.
Almost how long? Sorry, I just lost you there.
Forever.
Forever. Okay, yeah, that's a good. I thought you said almost. Yeah, forever. That's a pretty good amount of time, I'd say. And if you had to choose, what would your top 3 crafting products be?
Apron.
Of course, the apron. You've got the apron. That pleases me so
The
much.
apron. Glass mat and Gemini's inks.
All of them. All the things. Well, it sounds like you're pretty well kitted out, so I think you're going to be able to survive lockdown in the crafty sense. Tracy, it's been lovely to speak to you. I'm going to get this mug sent out to you, and I'll see you soon on Crafters TV. Take care.
Thanks, bye.
Bye. There, it's so lovely to chat with Tracy. Remember, if you'd love to be one of our craft ambassadors, then really easy to do so. Send us an email, ccambassadors@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and I would love to chat to you. I really want to chat to one of our European viewers. I haven't had a European craft ambassador since I've been here, so I think it's time we change that. So if you're in Germany, or where else do we have a lot of people? We have people tuning from Sweden and Italy and Denmark, so please drop into the comments, or sorry, send us an email, I should say. Right, we're going to have a look at the discovery kits. Now, these are something that were launched really recently here at Crafters TV, and they've been extremely popular. It's easy to see why, and it's because they're a really great kit. In this kit, for instance, you get five markers and an art liner. So just think about that, 6 pens. You look at about £2 per pen. That doesn't include the workbook that's in here, which is going to give you all of the different techniques that you need to create wonderful projects. You've got some worksheets in here as well that you've got to use. And what's happened is Spectrum Live put these together with some renowned artists. So definitely go and give these artists a follow over on Instagram. So this one's been put together with Nicola Yao. So you've got some of our illustrator markers in here and some of our classic markers to allow you to do these fabulous manga techniques. You've also got concept design here. So if you know someone that's really keen on getting in something like product design or architecture or fashion design, this would be fantastic. You've got 5 of our classic markers in here and an art liner, and this was put together in conjunction with Cameron Backus. Again, you've got your pens, your worksheets, and I think the most valuable element of these is that how-to guide, which gives you all the tips you need to put these together. Creative colouring, it's the second most popular actually, and this is using our classic marker. You're going to get 5 of our classic markers and an art liner. Again, you get the all of that information and how to included in there as well. And this has been put together with Cara Aldridge. This one here, I saw the illustrators used for the first time the other day, and I thought they were absolutely awesome. I love them. In here you're going to get 5 of our illustrator markers, and you're going to get an art liner as well. Again, you get the worksheets and all the inspiration. Historically, always one of the most popular ones that we bring to you is this one here, the blended mandala. Always so popular. In here you're going to get 3 of our tri-blend markers and 2 of our art liners, and we put this together with Baz Furnell, who is a renowned artist. The next one that we've got for you, always very popular, is calligraphy, modern calligraphy. I think loads of people love the idea of learning this, or as a new technique or a new hobby, a new craft, but don't really know where to start. In here you get a really good mix as well. You get 2 of our art liners, a sparkle pen, and 2 of our metallic markers. Winterbird has put this together with us to give you all of these great techniques. And then finally, something that is always so popular, watercolor. Now in here you're going to get 5 of our aqua markers and an art liner, and Benita Malby has put this together with us. Look at how beautiful that is. All the information that you need. You've got the worksheets in there as well. Maybe, however, you want to try all of them. We've got the option for you to do that. For the first time ever, we've got these on a multi-buy for you. $71.94 today here in the UK, $95.70 in the US. Maybe it's a gift. Maybe you see, they are fantastic gifts. I know we talk about it a lot. Maybe you're going to use this as a chance just to stock up on a load of gifts and just have these, so that, if you do forget a birthday or something like that, you've got something you can give to someone really quickly and really easily. I know a lot of these have already gone, so if there's any of you out there watching that have already gone for one of these discovery kits, pop into the comments, let me know how you're getting on with it. Also, if you want to share some pictures of your colouring, absolutely you can. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. We've got a lot of pictures that hopefully we'll get a chance to show you towards the end of the hour, but if you want to get them in, pop them into this address along here. Now, a lot of you love these. So many of them have already gone. Let me just see what people are saying. Shirley is asking, are the aqua tints and the aqua markers the same thing? I don't know. Are they the same thing, Leanne?
It's similar in that it's a water-based dye ink.
Right.
But your aqua marker is precise, portable. Everything's contained in a pen. You've got your brush nib and your fine nib, so you get very fine detail and very precise detail with the brush. Your aqua tint, so your liquid in a jar is for your big background fills, so that's for a different technique, background technique. And then your aqua tint in a brush pen, which is like a sparkle pen barrel but with aqua tint in there, that again is to give you a different effect than you can from an aqua marker. So while they're all watercolour, they all have a different place in terms of the different techniques and results you get from them. You can use them together, of course, or you can just choose which one for you is the best in terms of the types of techniques that you like to do. Do you like to do big messy backgrounds, or do you like precise, beautiful colouring? And then you would choose them in a jar or in a pen.
Horses for courses then, really.
Yeah.
One other question whilst we're here. What is the difference, Ray's asking, what is the difference between noir black and jet black in the ink pads?
Jet black is jet black. Noir black is on the darker grey side of black.
Okay. So not as black as jet black.
So jet black is black as you're going to get. Noir black, little bit, softer. It's a softer colour.
There you go. Loads of you still getting your information in. Information, what am I talking about? Getting your questions in. Any questions you've got about these, absolutely let me know and I'll pass them over to Leanne. What one do you fancy showing us then, Leanne?
Well, we're going to have a look at the mandala because I think that's the best place to start. And also mandalas are huge everywhere still at the moment. They're on greetings cards in the high street. People are crocheting mandalas, people are colouring mandalas, and now there's a huge trend on social media, people learning to draw their own mandalas, which are brilliant if you've got our art liners. So I think we're going to do that one. And it's a very easy place to start.
Fantastic.
Okay, now this is by Baz Fennell, who doesn't look like he would be doing mandalas.
He really doesn't, does he?
Really, honest, I'm
Never
just going to
judge
say,
a book by its cover.
Never judge a book by its colour, because Baz looks like he might be driving around on and one of those sit up and beg motorbikes, not drawing mandalas. So like you say, never judge a book by its cover. And Baz is also a little bit of eye candy. But don't tell Mr. C. He doesn't need to know. Right, so we've got this fantastic instruction from Baz how to get these incredible 3D coloured effects on the mandalas that has been included in the kit. I've had to put my glasses on so I can read. But basically, you've got this little leaflet, and Baz takes you through, know your tools and what the different things do, and you can read that at your leisure. And then he starts here to tell you how to use these tri-blend in here. I did a whole couple of hours on tri-blend yesterday on my social media channel if you're interested. And then he takes you through where to put your lines and how to colour it to get that 3D look. So we start off with our printed mandala. This is the one I started in the last time we had a look at them actually. So I thought, you know what, let's continue. So we take our two pens, and we've got a 0.1 and a 0.3 nib. We start with the 0.1 nib. And the most important thing to start with is decide where your light source is. And your light source could be anywhere in the 360 degrees around this mandala. But what I do, you'll see, is I've taped myself a little piece of card, and then I've decided that my light source is directly from the top. And I do that just to remind me when I'm doing my colouring is a constant reference. That's where my light source is, so that I don't get carried away having a nice time and forget where I need to have it light and where I need to have it dark. So then you take your 0.1 fine liner, and what you do is you trace the lines on your mandala with the 0.1 where it's facing the light source. So you see we go in there, 0.1. Okay, now as I move around here, that's not quite as close to the light source, so I would stop at this point, because I'm getting to the point where the light source in this first half wouldn't be as light. It would start to get darker. So when I look down here for the light source, where I've done the tops here, actually it would be the underneath pieces. So this is darker, so this is going to be lighter here, and you would do with your 0.1. Okay, then what you do is in your areas where there wouldn't be any light, where the light isn't, so where it's going to be darker. So for example, underneath the light source, then you go with your 0.3 line. And what happens is, as you build this up, you already get a lot of 3D look and feel starting to come to your mandala just by putting those two different widths of line in the correct place. So you'll just go around. I'm not going to do the whole thing, so you'd have to watch me forever. So you go around and trace all of those in. Then what you do is take your tri-blend pen, and again, keeping an eye on your light source. So up here, you're going to do your lightest colour at the top, because that's where it will be the lightest. You then put your medium colour underneath that, because it's the step between light and dark. And then at the other end of your pen, with your darkest colour, you'd put the darkest away from the light source. And then you can take your medium to blend that dark back in to that first layer. There you go, so you get that lovely smooth line starting to happen. And then you can take your lightest colour again, and you can bring that blend up. So you see, you start to build these up, and just always remembering where your light source is. So if the light source is coming straight down here, it's going to be lighter here, and then it's going to be medium colour here, and then it's going to be your darkest here. So you're constantly referring to your little arrow where you've put your light source, and then you start blending in that way. And as you can see there, just the two of those, you can see with the transition of where I've put the dark and the light, it starts to really make it look 3D. And then if you're colouring your little pieces down here, because the light source is coming down, the opposite of what's here, it's going to be lighter at the base of this. And then you've got your medium colour here, and then you've got your darkest colour finally. And that is the reverse of what we did at the top.
It's funny, isn't it? Because when you explain it, in my head, I think that's not going to look right, because it's all from one. Because in my head, all the darkest bit should be around the outside all the way around, not like that. Yeah. But actually, then when you do it, it makes total sense, and it looks really, really dimensional. It
does, doesn't it? And that is having all of that instruction in these leaflets that come with, to have somebody professional like Baz explaining how this should be, really does start to, you get those little, what I call aha moments, a bit like Alan Partridge. You go, aha! Because it starts, as you said, Joe, starts to make sense, where you might have been, look at the difference between here and here. That really is starting to look 3D. You can see how it's starting to bring the centre out, isn't it? And then if you think your light's coming down here, well, here it would be lighter here and here, which is the complete opposite. And then you've got your medium colour, and then you've got your darkest.
Fantastic. Loads of you loving these. Shadaya saying she got the creative colouring one for her son. He absolutely loves it. And a lot of you, a lot of love for these. The mandala is your favourite. Which one is the which one's in the lead at the moment, producer Laura? A lot of you, lot of love. The mandala and then the creative colouring currently are your favourites. A lot of love for these in the comments over on YouTube as well. I just think they're great. I think colouring is one of those things, isn't it, where it's not like elitist, Leanne, but I think it's one of those things that people think they can't do, so therefore don't bother starting with it. Whereas actually, as long as you've got the basics, anyone can do it, really.
Absolutely, Joe. I completely agree with you. And one of the reasons we first developed Spectrum Noir was because actually I wanted to remove the elitism that was out there for alcohol colouring. And I don't mind saying that. You'll have heard me say that before many times over the 8 years that I've been teaching how to use our Spectrum Noir markers. And I think these discovery kits are that next step to taking you on that journey and giving you the option to learn the techniques, practice with a couple of the pens that are in there, really hone your skills, and then invest in your larger collections and be confident that what you do, you're going to be really proud of. And actually, most importantly, as long as you like it and you've had a nice time doing it, that's all that matters. Now, this final one here, can you just see how I'm making sure my light, as it's shining down, I'm looking at each thing on its own merit to decide where that light and dark needs to go. So if the light's coming down, it's going to be hitting there, so it's going to be darker under here, which is different to this one here. So you're treating each little piece as a separate individual piece as you go around and colour, remembering where your light source is. So if I did it with this one here, light's coming down, so it's going to be very light here, and then underneath there, here, it's going to be dark because it's underneath the light source. The light won't be bouncing off it. So that's how you get to know where to put your light and dark, how to join it in with the middle colour, and then back to your light colour there. And you can see that's how you start to really build the 3D-ness, if that's a word, of your mandala as you start to go around. And having those two fine liners in there, your 0.1 and 0.3, really does help with that as well.
Fantastic. Getting very, very busy on these now. Which one is your favourite? Which one are you going for? Let me know in the comments. Should I say, love that, Leanne. Great lecture. Love you to bits. How cute is that? Karen Ann says, all fabulous. Just ordered some cardstock. Discovered I'm only 100 points away from being a platinum member. Woo! Check
that
you
means
out.
a toot on your horn, that, Joe.
Oh, hang on. Where's my horn?
Toot that horn, Joe.
There you go.
Yeah.
I feel like, what's his name? Is it Bodger the Badger? No, it's not, is it? What was his other one? The Fox, Boom Boom. Who's he?
Oh.
Basil Brush.
Oh,
that's it. That's what I feel.
Can you laugh like Basil Brush, Joe?
Is that how it goes?
Sort of. I think he breathes in, doesn't he? So it goes, instead.
Oh.
Don't kill yourself, Joe. Kill yourself.
Wowzers.
No, he doesn't. He coughs it out, Joe.
Sorry?
He coughs it out. He goes, like that.
No, I'll work on it.
Yeah,
I'll work on it.
Can anybody else do it better?
Let me know. I have no idea. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you a question. I had some questions in here. 2 people have asked it. I know Heidi asked it as well, but it was someone else, and you'll have to forgive me, whoever else it was. I can't find it. Oh, it was Paula. Said, with the water reactives, are these the ones that you can use with the glycerin, the water reactive inks?
No, never.
Okay.
Everybody put your hand up. Paula, you're in the law court of Leanne, in the Harmony Water Reactive Law Court right now. You must solemnly swear to never add anything to your Harmony Water Reactive inks, including water or glycerin or any other thing purporting to be a stamp pad refresher on the marketplace. It would be a sin, and you would stop the fabulous formulation that we've got in there from working. So in the past, glycerin has been used with our aqua markers, so that you could scribble some aqua marker pen down on your glass mat with a drop of glycerin and blend a background.
Yes.
But it's still not as easy as using the Harmony Water Reactive ink pads, because too much glycerin makes your ink slide off the card and makes your card slimy. So getting the balance of the glycerin is a really tricky thing. The formulation in the Harmony Water Reactive ink pads is spot on perfect for you to get beautiful blended backgrounds without having to add or do anything else to them. So never add anything to it, because you'll interfere with that wonderful formula that's in there and is guaranteed to work a treat for you.
Tammy says I solemnly swear not to. Shadiah says, there goes Joe with the expletive horn. No warning, I swear. Now there's loads that you can do with these. They look fabulous, those samples you've got there.
I've just got some little samples out here for you to have a look, and I'm grabbing them as we go along. Look, there's one of the mandalas coloured in entirety, that colour that I was doing. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And the white space, Barry tells you, I'm saying Barry, I'll give me Sunday name there, I'm presuming he's Barry. Baz tells you all about leaving white space.
That's such a mum move to give him his older name, his full name.
Because Peter used to do that with my Peter. They used to come and say, is Pete in? And I'd say, who? And they go, Pete. I go, who's Pete? And they go, ha ha ha, you know, Pete. And I go, I'm sorry, I don't know anybody called Pete. And they go, Peter? I go, oh, Peter, yes, I'll just go and get him for you.
Not sarcastic at all.
Not at all. No, not at all. These are the types of things you can do. Well, I christened him Peter, Joe. You know what I mean?
See, I'm Joseph.
Are you Joseph? Does your mum call you Joe?
She never used to, she does now. Because my dad's called Joe as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a Joseph. And I was always Joseph. Wish I'd have kept it, but I wanted to be like my dad when I was little and be called Joe. Now I kind of wish I'd gone back. I do think Joseph is a much nicer name.
You can be Joseph if you want.
Okay, you can call me
choose.
Joseph.
I'll call you Joseph.
Thank you.
No problem.
Loads of ideas what you can do with those. And I think the great thing about those, Leanne, is anyone can give them a go, isn't it? And actually, do you know what? If you get it home and you decide that it's not for you, you've spent $11.99 or $15.95, you're not really breaking the bank with those, which is great.
No.
Now, we're going to take a look at, we're actually going to take a look at something that was really, really busy in the earlier show, and it is the Lacy edgeables. Now, that sounds a bit, I don't know, Lacy edgeables sounds a bit, that's not what they're called. They're called lace edgeables. That's why it sounds like lingerie, doesn't it? Lacy edgeables. In here, you've got loads. Now, there's your favourites in here, butterfly lace, Venetian scroll, and ornate henna. You can get all 6 of them for £41 or $58. It was incredibly busy in the earlier show. $59.94 or $83.70 is what they should be. You're saving 30%. Now, if you want to get them, you can get them in 2s as well. There's a little multi-buy on the web for you. Go ahead, across to the website to see all of the designs that you've got there. Loads of you have been sending in your pictures with regards to all of our edgeables as well. So I'm going to show you some of those. Now, this one here, the first one I want to show you, is beautiful. These were all sent in to us this morning, so thank you very much if you sent them in. Oh, we've got some Debbie Fisher balls in the next one. That you can say, oh look, there's me in the background. Look at me. And you can see here all the techniques that you could use, so much that you can do with all of your edgeables. This next one is from Astrid. I had a chat with Astrid. I sent Astrid an email today. And here she is showing us some of her beautiful creations. Love that Z-fold there with the Schmetterling or butterfly, depending on where you're from. Oh, who's this next one from? This was from Kirsten. Person in Germany, I wonder. Oh no, I can't remember the name of the town. Oderbacher. I've got it wrong. I've probably butchered it. I'm sorry. That is beautiful. Look at those foam flowers on there as well. Really, really gorgeous creation. So if you want to go for the edgeables, definitely grab them. Also, you know, you can go back and watch the whole show back from earlier. If you love all of your edgeables, then you'll see them there in the show. £41, $58 to get you all of those. A lot of you, Deborah saying yes, Joe, lingerie came to mind. Shirley saying thanks, Crafter TV. I don't know why. I think just generally, which we love. Oh, it's the glycerin technique, I think that Shirley was thanking us for. Loads of you still commenting along here. A lot of you solemnly swearing not to add anything to those ink pads, which is fantastic, which is what we want from you in essence. Now, we've only got about 20 minutes left on this show. We're fully into the week now. I like a Monday. I feel like it's a good, getting everything reset kind of day. You know, it's a good starting a fresh day, isn't it? And setting new goals, which is wonderful. Now, I know Leanne is desperate to take us through some of these edgeables. These are just so, I want to say filigree. Is that the right word?
That is the right word. They are very filigree, Joe. Very fine, delicate, lacy, beautiful detail in these edgeable dies. Some of the most detailed edgeable dies that we've ever created at Crafter's Companion. And I'm just looking for my rubber mat, which I think I put down here and I need back. Thank you very much, rubber mat. There it is, I've got it. Getting myself organised. So I'm going to do this. You can do them on your Junior, they'll work on your Junior, but they'll also work on your Gemini. The choice is yours. And you can decide which machine you want to use. You can see that is the width of my Junior plate there.
Why did we call it the Gemini? Do you know? I've always wondered this. Why is it called the Gemini? I never asked anyone.
Well, I would love to say, basically it's a name I came up with.
Right.
Now, the reason I came up with it, I was having a brainstorming session with a really good friend, Paul, who sadly is no longer with us, and was helped us in the early days with our machines. And we were having a chat about what we should call the new die cutting and embossing machine that we were bringing out. And we were thinking, we don't want to do any of those plays on names because, they can get a bit... And so we were just thinking, and we thought, well, it's Gemini, it's like a dual emboss, it's like a twin effect. And we said, oh, twin effect, like the star sign, Gemini, the twins. So, and then we said Gemini, dual, die cut and embossing. And we thought, We really like that. So we ended up with Gemini.
Oh, fabulous.
There is the story. There you go. Right, so I've got a 5.5 by 5.5 square card here, and I'm using a different edgeable to the one I've used on the finished card, because I think for you to see as many of the designs that you get included, it'll be a really good thing for you to see. So I've got a beautiful Lacy. This is actually my personal favourite that I'm using. I'm being very indulgent, and I'm lining it up on the side of my card there, and then I'm using a piece of tape, and I need to do it this way because I'm using my Junior. I'm going to line it up. Oh, I need my metal plate. Hang on.
Sophie's asking me, Joe, seems like you really like German words. Do you have any German heritage or just an interest? I do like a bratwurst, maybe that's it, but no, I do like Germany. I love going there, but no German heritage, not as I'm aware.
I love a bratwurst, Joe.
Oh, do you know my favourite thing to eat though in Germany?
Yeah.
A Kartoffelpuffer.
What?
A Kartoffelpuffer.
What's the one of them?
It's like a. They have it at Christmas fairs. If you've not been to, if you want to go to the best Christmas markets ever in the world,
yeah,
the ones in Berlin are absolutely. They have them in palaces and castles, Leanne. It's like magic. But they have at Christmas. It's basically like a potato rosti or a hash brown, like a potato cake, and it's deep fried. And you either have it sweet by putting icing sugar over it, or you have it savoury and you dip it in like apple sauce. It's very, very good.
Ooh. So guys, I've got a confession to make.
Oh no, what?
I got my Junior plates ready to put it through, but I forgot that I was hanging a bit of card out the outside. So now I need to get my Gemini plate. So just bear with me, I'm sorry.
Bear with.
And normally when I'm doing this, I've got my Gemini and my Junior side by side, and so I can choose which machine I'm going to use, but I haven't been that organised today. I apologise profusely.
Christine Mahoney tells us that I'm a Gemini and Taurus. How does that work?
How can you be both?
How can you be both? Tammy's saying that she's a Cancer. I'm a Libra. Shirley is a Gemini. What are you, Leanne?
I'm Capricorn.
Oh, okay.
Down to earth.
Is that what it means? Libra I think is balanced. I'm not sure. I think I'm a bit too scatty to be a Libra. And I'm not merging into something else. I am slap bang in the middle of Libra, apparently.
You're Libra, are you? Mr. C, he is Aries.
Aries.
Fiery.
Right.
My son, he's a Leo, the lion.
A lot of people are very, very into star signs, aren't they? I take them with a pinch of salt, but it is interesting. My friend had a book once that said that it basically went through the day of the year you were born on and gave you a characteristic attribute based upon the day of the year that you were born on. And that was really interesting. Deborah's also a Libra, Caroline's a Virgo, Shirley's son and husband are Capricorn, Becky's a fellow Libra as well, Sagittarius is Ray. There we go. Who was reading the star signs, I feel like one of the things we've lost now, because as we evolve as a species, things come and things go, don't they? I feel like newspapers in recent years are one of the real things that have gone. My parents used to have a newspaper every single morning. They had two different sorts. I would read one whilst my dad read one, and then we'd switch and read the other one. And then we all used to read the star sign, but I feel like since then maybe they've sort of taken a bit of a sort of not as popular as they were. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's just because everything's so available online these days, isn't it, George? You know what I mean? Look at that. Look at the detail of that. I'm going to show you on that purple. Look at this edgeable that you've got there. And look, I can just flick out all of these little pieces. You could use your pokey tool. These have all cut, but you've just got the little bits that are hanging on in the waste, so you just weed it. You could use your dye brush if you've got your dye brush. That'll move them on as well. And if you've got your little sponge mat to go with, you can use that. And then you've just got this beautiful edge. I adore that. The detail in that.
So
that looks
fine,
like hand-woven lace.
It does.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Really beautiful. If you ink that up, it looks beautiful. So that was the lace one. This one was the flower one that I did, and I'm just going to show you the finished card, because hands up if you loved the toilet paper technique. So this is the embossing folder that we used on the toilet paper technique.
Oh, wow.
You can see there, if you did that in the toilet paper, that would look like a lovely piece of vintage paper on the edge with that beautiful border that you've got down there.
Would that be nice, you think, to paper piece that rose one as well, Leanne?
Sorry?
It'll take you a while. It might be nice to paper piece the rose one that's in this collection. It might take you a while, but I think some people, I mean, that's a lot of the joy, isn't it, for a lot of people with paper piecing? You're really taking your time and putting them back together. Roxanne's stocked up. She's bought the Crafty Fun, the Gatefold collection, and the 8-pack of papers as well. You are treating yourself today,
She is.
Roxanne.
Now,
Julie's saying morning from California. Morning, Julie.
morning, Julie. Would you like to see, Joe? I've got some choices for you here.
Ooh.
You can see how to cut your butterflies, top and bottom like this, or we can have a look with the sentiments, how to cut them all around an aperture.
Ooh.
Butterflies?
Butterflies. Schmetterlings, please.
Schmetterlings. Okay, we'll go butterflies. So I've got my butterfly die, and then I've got my little panel here, and I've already done one, Joe.
I'm looking at this piece of paper and it's got nothing on it. It's because I folded it inside out. Thought I was losing my mind there for a moment. The butterfly lace was your favourite this morning. Hundreds of the butterfly lace have already gone today. So if you do want to go for them, you can get 2 as well. I believe they're 2 for £15 if you want to get them individually. Or £41, $58 gets you everything, which is fantastic. And they have been so busy. I know you're going to love them. If you want to see loads of different tips and sort of concepts to use with your edgeables, definitely go back and watch the whole of the 2-hour masterclass when Sarah was here this morning. A lot of you have gone for the peekaboos in this show. There was loads of extra demos of them in there as well. And I think the great thing is about Crafts TV is, you know, we had Sarah here this morning showing us the edgeables. Now we've got Leanne here this afternoon, and the way that Leanne uses these probably completely different to the way that Sarah used them this morning. And that's one of the things I love about crafting, Leanne. There's not really any wrong or right, is there? It's just how you interpret it and how you look at it.
It's just about having fun, Joe. You're quite right. It's just about getting it home and, you know, seeing how it was designed to be used and then working out how it works for you and how you want to use them. And it really, there is no right and wrong, I think, a lot of the time in paper craft, which is what I adore. It's really just about, as you said, what it is that you like and you want to do. I've lost my come back to me purple embossing mat. I'm just going to use my junior one because I've put it somewhere and I don't know where I've put it, and I want to emboss it. So I'm
How
just
do you
going
know
to
when to emboss after you've dyed? I know we had this question the other day and it wasn't something I'd ever really thought about before now.
All dyes are embossable, but where we've got a combination on your die, I'll show you on this rose one. I'll show you on. I'll pick it up and I'll show you in a second. You'll see the difference. Where you've got a combination of cut lines and holes in your die, the cut lines, the raised edges, obviously cut the lacy detail. The cut out holes without a raised edge do your emboss for you.
Ah, okay.
So if you've got a combination of both in your die, so if we look here, if I look at the die, I'm going to empty it and show you.
So basically, the sort of the squidgy purple bit, does that push into the recesses in the die?
That's exactly what happens. I dropped my die on the floor.
The squidgy purple bit.
Squishy purple bit, which is the rubber embossing mat. Here it is here. Right. So look here. This little swirl there doesn't have any raised cutting edge. It's just an aperture. So that when I've put my purple through here, has embossed that swirl in there for me. So wherever there's a hole and no cutting edge, you get the lovely embossed detail coming through, which is why you use your embossing mat. And you can really see that when you add your ink. So if I was to get my Harmony Water Reactives out, as we had before, and I get one of my little paler purple ink pads here, and just use one of these. Then what I can do, and see these, can you see, you'll see in a second, there's some little dots up here as part of the design. Look, you'll see them more obviously when I add ink to them. You can see those there. Can you see there on the side? They've all been embossed on, which is when I use the rubber embossing mat. And so you can pick up, by using your Harmony Water Reactives with your edgeables, it's really lovely to add your colour like this, and just pick up that embossed detail down the edge. And this is where, you know, you don't have to use your Harmony water reactives. And I'm just going to show you this side hasn't been embossed, and you're going to see the difference in the two butterflies, where one looks flat and one looks much more 3D and dimensional. Can you see the difference? Because what the embossing does is not only emboss those areas as part of the design, but what it also does is give all of this a more rounded, more curved effect. And I'm just going to get a piece of white card here, because I do want you to see this. The difference between the two. You can see that this looks more 3D and rounded, beautiful, and this just looks flat because this hasn't been embossed. And so for all it doesn't look like it might be doing very much here, even down to these holes. I'm hoping you can see this as well actually with your Edgeable. Look, down this side where I've embossed it, look, you've got a line following. I'm going to put some ink on it so you can see it. You'll see it more when I put some ink on. And I'm not being careful with this, I'm just showing you.
Could you blend your colours of inks over this as well, over the die cut piece, in the same way you did on that background?
Absolutely you can. So you see you've got that lovely line following, and even these little holes here which have been cut in have a much more rounded 3D professional look to them, where this just looks flat. You see the difference? Wonderful. So that's what your embossing mat will do for you with your Edgeables. It's fabulous.
Loads of people commenting along saying absolutely fantastic tip. Loads of you stocking up, filling your baskets now and checking out as well. There is, we'll give you a recap in just a few minutes of all the products that we've had on the show. We've had a very, very busy start to the week here with Creative Cravings. Now, if you want to go for the water reactive ink pads, really, really busy for these on the website. You get 25 ink pads within this collection for £100, but you also get all the blending tools that you need included as well. You've got the square and round, you've got the refills, you've got the spritz bottles in here as well. And this is a really great chance for you to get a comprehensive ink pad collection all in one go, whilst it's on a great deal, because you're saving £37 on this in the UK. You're saving, I think, about $50. It is $50 if you are getting this in the US as well. Very, very busy on there for that one. There is a 10-piece option for you as well, which is £50. It has the same blending materials included as well. Details are there for you, 20% off on that. Now, the Gatefold collection, really busy on this one, as we knew it would be. And I love these because it's really beautiful font, it's really legible. You can interlock them and lock them together like this one here, or let me just show you how that unlocks, just to show you what that looks like. Or what you can do is just have them, as Leanne showed us, folded back. There's loads of different ways in which you can use these and put them together, which is fantastic. So just show you how that goes back together. So loads of different options in here. You're going to get all of these. You're going to get love, thanks, luck, wish, there's home, and you've got best as well. All of them, all 6 of them are coming your way for £40 or $38. Now, you can go for 2 of those, £15 or $25 if you want to. I want to share with you as well the Crafty Fun card selection, because this is fantastic. Crafty Fun was such a busy, popular signature collection, and it's great that we're going to give you the option to come back and stock up on the cardstock there. So you've got the mirror, you also have the, let me just grab, I tried to only give you half of it there. I left half of it behind. You want all of it. You've got the matte mirror as well. 28 sheets in each one of these collections. So you've got well over, 24 sheets in here. So you've got what, 96 sheets here for £25, which is phenomenal value for money. You've got that matte mirror in here as well. And finally, you've got the glitter even board in there too, all matching, all corresponding in those beautiful colours. Remember the discovery kits, very, very busy still on those. You can either go for them individually, you can buy all of them together as a big collection, maybe as presents, or you just want to try all of them. Remember, you've got different options. You've got calligraphy, mandala, illustration, watercolor, creative colouring, design, and manga and comic in there. They are your different options, very busy across each and every one of them. Now, the Peekaboo, this was always going to be a fantastic deal. Over 3/4 of the stock of this one here now sold out and gone. You've got the square frame in the middle, the aperture almost, that die cuts in the middle. That's all you're paying for here. The rest of it is completely free of charge. So you've got the bunny and the bear stamp and die sets. You're getting those totally free of charge, which is great. Remember as well the edgeables, these gorgeous lace, ornate lace edgeables, really, really popular across this. Buying the whole bundle is what a lot of you are doing. You can get them individually. Leanne, have you got a few of those gorgeous samples you'd like to show off for us?
I've got more than a few, Joe.
All fabulous.
I've got a plethora of gorgeous samples, loads of different techniques. Would you like to look at them overhead? Would you like to? Yeah, we'll have a look at them here. Brilliant. Now, this is one of that's a beautiful heart lacy edgeable that comes in there, and what I'm hoping you can see, and I'm going to bring it up all the way. Can you see the 3D emboss on there?
You really can, like how it's rounded.
It looks
almost
rounded.
Looks a bit like a resin element there.
It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? That's the difference that your emboss is going to do for you. So definitely cut and emboss these dies, really important. That's the beautiful heart. Here we've got this lovely diagonal fold, and what we've done here is this is embossed, and then before you remove the die, ink through it so that you can get your technique there for inking through, so you pick up the colours.
I love that one.
As well. It's gorgeous. Here, this particular one, this one that I cut, it's gorgeous on black card with your gilding wax. That looks like wrought iron fretwork. Absolutely stunning. Here we've got the hearts around a box lid, so you can see that you can make a beautiful filigree box lid if that's what you want to do. Very easy to do. We've got just a lovely fold back with a little ribbon in there for a wedding invitation or a fancy card. We've got here a lovely acetate dome with the both on the opposite sides there. You can colour them up exactly as you said, Joe. That's the rose coloured up with our Harmony Water Reactive. We've got beautiful papers where we've just got a lovely little butterfly border at the top if that's what you want to do. You can use them at both sides of a card. Absolutely gorgeous. And this one, everything that we've had on the show brings this through. So you've got your Harmony Water Reactive you can do for a blended background. You can just use your little toppers that you've got, stamp a sentiment, have a beautiful little lacy edge at the top, and how glorious is that? Really, really lovely. Now this one, simple but incredibly effective. Those Z cards, look at that, where it all lines up on top with your edgeables and looks stunning.
Yeah, it really does. So many wonderful things that you're going to be able to do with them. Leanne, can I say it was a massive pleasure to get to spend a couple of hours with you today. When are we back together? Do you know?
We're back together on Friday, Joe.
Friday.
Colour me happy.
We will colour each other happy.
We will.
I know we'll be happy to begin with, but colour me happier is what we'll be doing on Friday. Thank you for joining us. It's been a real pleasure to kickstart the week with you here on Crafters TV. Remember, there's a whole week's worth of fabulous shows and great deals and inspiration coming your way. So if you are across in the USA, enjoy the rest of your day. If you're here in the UK or across Europe, then I hope you have a wonderful evening. I'll see you back here in the morning for Soft Side. Take care.